Hi, this is Multi-Topic Talk. Welcome to this new video. Today we cover Advance Wars Black Hole Rising. This is my review. In case you missed it, I did a playlist called Road to Reboot Camp. In Road to Reboot Camp, we play each single Advance Wars game, the main game. No ROMAX or anything, just the main games. So we finished the first three Advance Wars game, and as this video will be uploaded, I do believe Days of Ruin is also over. Now it's time to review the games. If you missed the first review, link in the description below. With that being said, let's cover what is considered to be the best Advance Wars game by many people liked it a lot. This is another game of my childhood, just like the first one, just like Dual Strike. I won't say Days of Ruin because I was a bit older. I wasn't a child anymore when Days of Ruin came in. I was more of a teenager at that point. Anyway, focus. So, Black Hole Rising, the second game, had the same game mode as the first game. But, there's a big but. They improved everything. It's like, what if the first Advance Wars game had a sequel and they decided to just improve what was already good in the first game? This is Black Hole Rising. Instead of having like 15 war room or 20, I can't remember exactly how many war room we had. We have now 30 war rooms. More diversity in the matchups because more COs. They added a CO for each nation, and Black Hole is now a new army. It's more than just Storm. We got 5 new villain. Very interesting. New strengths. The music, just like the first game, is great. The campaign and the story, just like the first game, is great. And this time around, it's very interesting. I can see the complaint that now there's this diversity in the matchup because you always fight the same 5 COs. I get it. But there's the thing. They tried to do something different. In the first game, you only played as Orange Star. In the second game, you play as everyone except the bad guys, and you fight the bad guys. Black Hole Rising also improved on the artificial intelligence. It's still really bad, let's be honest. You won't have a challenge if you fight the artificial intelligence in the Versus or the War Room. You won't have any challenge there. You won't. But it's better because now instead of focusing really hard on APCs and transport, they do smarter things. They still forget that your infantry can capture your HQ, which is really sad. But yeah, this is a game that was made in 2003, I believe. So that wasn't that far after the first one, and they did so much that I cannot blame them for still having a bad artificial intelligence. I mean, even Dual Strike, even Days of Ruin, 2 games that came in much later, they still have a bad artificial intelligence. So that's maybe a flaw of the game here. But the story itself is very charming. We got the big bad guys, they want to conquer and create war because they like doing it. And we got each nation pushing back the bad guys and then making big team ups to beat them down. This is a feel good story. And it's not really stupid. It's really smart for a child game. And characters were really one-dimensional in the first game. And here we get deeper backstory, deeper substance within some characters like Sonya, like Kambai, like Lash. Each character I just mentioned is more interesting than what they used to be in the previous game. Sonya and Lash, two psycho One on the good side, one on the bad side. This draws very interesting stories for a child game. As a kid, I didn't understood that Sonya and Lash were too psycho. It's just as I became older, I realized, wow, they do complete each other, even if they are like two sides of a coin. And Kambai, that guy, bruh. He used to be stupid. Now, he's still stupid, but at least you understand why. He will place his life on the line to save his people, even if this means he will be reckless on his attempt to save his people. He is the Emperor, the one and only guy that will stand out to evil to save the weak here. Even if it's a trap, he doesn't care. All he cares about is his people. We also get Olaf. The guy used to be a meme, a prank. He used to be a joke in the first game. And now, he is faced with that kind of revenge arc where Lash destroy his hometown. Interesting, right? The story of Black Hole Rising is very dark for a game we could consider a kid's game, a child's game. It's impressive how risky everything was, how many risks they took with the story. The diversity in the mission is also there. Sometimes there are capture missions, not as many as the first game. Sometimes you need to blow up something. Sometimes you need to win under certain amount of turns. Other times you need to reach the HQ or protect the HQ from anything. There is a lot of diversity in each single mission. Even if the seals and the opponent are not as diverse as what it used to be in the first game, there's still diversity. Now, what could have been great is a black hole campaign where you are black hole and you fight the allied nation. That could be very interesting. But here again, the game is already done, and yeah, that's it. So the war room, they had a new war room. Some are really painful, like a risky volley. Oh my. This was pain. I tried with Andy. Forget it. I'm not good enough. I'm just not. Yeah, the war room is really fun, just like the first game. The versus, just like the first game, is very good. They only added one unit, the Nia tank. They also added pipes, which is interesting for map making, but that's it. They added cannon for black hole and other tool like the lasers and stuff. This is interesting, but we are lacking new content. It's just like an improved version of the first game, but that improved version, I spent so many hours. I cannot tell. I spent more than hundreds and hundreds of hours. I also played against other people on emulator because we were sending each other save states, and I also played through Parsec with other people. So I played this game a lot. And the balance of the CEOs, well, right now we got Sturm and Achi on top of the chain. Then we got Colin and Kambai and Nell, but there are more seals, and there are more dispersed. Is it a word? I'm not quite sure. So, yes, we have top seals. But now, because we got, I believe, 18 or 19 seals instead of, like, 14, it's interesting. I will say this. And it's not as crystal clear. What I mean by there is, now they added Lash. She is not that amazing seal, but she's not bad either. She is an average seal, you know, and you also got bad CEOs like Jess. I'm sorry, Jess, but you're bad. You also got Flack, another really bad CEO. And Sonya is as bad as the first game, but now with the addition of the super mechanic, you get to choose between a power and a super, and this adds choice, and this makes the gameplay better. The game itself is better. Each game can be different depending on if you choose to use power or super, and the dynamic between power and super and CEOs. This game is the perfect strategy game we can dream of. Because, yes, there are seals that are broken, but most seals can be placed in bags. And as long as you play in the same bag as your opponent, you will have a fair fight. Achi versus Term is very interesting. Colon versus Kabai is very interesting. Nell, she is nowhere near as good as the others, but she's good against other seals like Eagle, Lash versus Andy. Maybe Lash is a bit better because she actually has a day-to-day. We would need a lot of try to really see that. And now Olaf and Drake, they both have global damage in their super, which is very interesting. Dynamic between CEOs is different. Black Hole Rising is overall a amazing game. It's a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite game I have ever played. And coming into that reviews, I was like, I don't know what will be my score out of 10 for Black Hole Rising. And now the more I talk about it, the more I think this game deserves the 9.5 out of 10. A 9.5 out of 10, that's what I give this game. The 0.5 it lost was mainly because the artificial intelligence is shit. And the normal campaign is very, very easy. The art campaign is a bit more of a challenge, but normal is so easy that if you beat it once, it's not interesting to go back and play it again. The art mode, on the other end, it's nowhere near as hard as the first game, but some mission pack a punch and a challenge. Even if you have several playthroughs, some mission can be hard to play again. And this is what makes it interesting. And the fact that you can swap between yellow and blue when you do the factories, depending on what you choose, you can make like the Blue Moon factory being Orange Star in Blue Moon, or Yellow Comet in Blue Moon, and then you move to the Yellow Comet factory depending on what you choose. Either you play with Orange Star as your allied, or you can play as Blue Moon as your allied. This were a very interesting approach. Sadly, the Green Earth factory is godly terrible, and actually I didn't like the Green Earth country, so these are like my issues with this game. The music is great, gameplay is great, player versus player is much more balanced than the first game, because if someone plays some of the top tiers like Sturm and Achi, if you play Colin or Kambai, which are one tier below them, I believe, you can still have a good match. But then if you play like Sturm versus Nail, forget it. Sturm clap Nail really are. Yeah, the second Advance Wars game deserves a 9.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot. I see myself playing and playing again, even if I didn't add that YouTube channel. I would enjoy a lot this game, because this game has a lot to offer. With that being said, this was Multi-Topic Talk. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future stream and video. Have a great day and take care.